Welcome to the One Gang Worldwide podcast, your ultimate ride into the world of motorcycles. Visit cyclesworldwide.com where we offer a completely free marketplace for everything motorcycles. Join our One Gang community where you can connect, share info, and swap stories with riders from all over the world. Join for free at cyclesworldwide.com and be a part of the One Gang community right now.
Hey, One Gang, welcome to our 75th show. We got a little anniversary special for you guys where we're going to talk about, kind of recap what the last 24 episodes have been like and talk about some cool things that we have in store for you guys in the near future. So thanks for joining us. It'll be a short one, we promise.
Hey guys, yeah, thanks a lot for definitely for listening in on this. Thank you to our subscribers and sponsors. We truly appreciate you guys, digging this content and helping us grow and get some key people out there from the industry, try to inspire the next generation. I guess that's what we're all about. But we just wanted to say thank you so much to Buffer, Keyboard Motorcycle Shipping, and now our new sponsor, Leather Up, for believing in this cause and what we're trying to do. And man, it's been an incredible ride because of you, and we appreciate you more than you guys can ever understand. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah, it's a game changer having early adopters, early sponsors like this, because it's difficult for most podcasters to get legitimate sponsors out of the gate. And these guys, Leather Up just joined the team, but these guys have all kind of believed in us from an early point, and we are early in the game. So it's pretty flattering, I guess would be the best word for it, but it's pretty incredible to have these guys believing in us and coming alongside to support the show so we can keep pumping out episodes.
Yeah, no question about it.
In other news, we've got our app launched. If you guys haven't checked that out, it's essentially our website. All the functionality from our website is boiled down into the app. It's super user-friendly, easy to use. You can post or list your bikes. You can post information about your build that you're doing, or an event, a rally, whatever you guys want to put on there. You can engage with that app. And it's free to download, free to use. So check that thing out and give us feedback too. If you guys have any suggestions or ideas to make it better, we're all ears. So we'd appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure, man. That was a huge step for us. We understand that our vision is to create a one-stop shop for everything motorcycles, and to be able to provide you guys all the information from everywhere, anytime. And that's the vision for the long term. Obviously, that takes a lot of money and back end work and stuff like that, which we're working on now. So between juggling everything and trying to grow this company, which we'll get into a little bit more as the show goes on, we actually added a super cool service to both on our webpage and the app. It's our motorcycle service directory. It's pretty killer. So just for $10 a month, like small businesses, whatever it is, let's say attorneys who specialize in motorcycle accidents, custom builders, fabricators, detailing, paint services, lodging and campgrounds, motorcycle leasing, financing, motorcycle rentals, motorcycle shipping and transport, parts and accessories, retailers, powder coating, chroming, shops, mechanics, tour guides, towing, roadside, whatever your business is that relates to the motorcycle industry. For just $10 a month, guys, advertise. We're definitely just launched it, so it's growing. Be the first to get on there. As people start to keep visiting the sites, they will see your businesses advertised. And shoot, for $10, that's a cold beer somewhere or a Starbucks overpriced coffee. So this way you get some real eyes on your business that come from this industry and love this, motorcycle enthusiasts who really back us. So whatever we can do to help, we're trying. So this is a way for us to be able to advertise you guys for super low money.
Yeah. One thing that's cool about it too is if you're a local business and let's say you're a detailer in Miami and you're relatively new, you're having a hard time climbing the ranks in Google. What's cool about this service directory is that it will actually show up on Google. So you could add your business description, say, I'm a detailer, a motorcycle detailer in Miami, Florida. This is my address. These are the services that I provide. And if you're having a hard time, again, climbing ranks in Google, our SEO, and it's continuing to improve, but we already are getting a lot of good results on Google. So it's a good way for $10, instead of paying $1,000 a month for SEO or whatever, it's a good way to get in front of your customers. And as it grows, we're going to include some new features like a map, where right now we don't have quite enough listings, but as we get more of you guys to join on there, we're going to create a map. So you'll be able to have a searchable map, and people can find, lodging and campgrounds near them. So
We have
that's
service
the
repair
vision for the
shops.
future.
If somebody's out of state,
Yeah.
and they break down, they can go to, well, you let them know what you specialize in, whether it's Harley Davidson's, European motorcycles, so on and so on. And as Ben was saying, it's an awesome way not to overspend on advertising going through Google. You let us pay for the SEO and take care of all that stuff. You guys just invest in $10 a month. If you know a small business that could benefit, just pass this information on. We'd be extremely grateful. Anything you guys could do to help us move forward with this thing and try to help others in the industry.
Yeah, and it's cool too. We when you submit your listing, we added rich text, so you're able to add pictures. You can style your text. You can, format it however you want. So you can make it a really super cool listing and have it shine for your potential customers. The other cool thing that we've got moving is our jobs. So we've got a cool thread, a feed that goes into our activity page, our news feed, the One Gang homepage. That'll show job listings, and we've got a bunch that are going in there now. But if you're a company who's looking to hire, you can post jobs there. If you're looking for a job, you can also post your resume. So that's a pretty cool feature, and that'll be fully rolled out within the next, actually by the time this releases, it might already be out. So, so keep your eyes peeled for it.
For sure. One of the great things too is you guys know that we're trying to build a marketplace, a free marketplace for large dealers, small dealers, private sellers to be able to sell everything motorcycle related for free. We don't take any fees. Let our SEO help you guys. And as we grow, the marketplace is going to expand. And we got some awesome, amazing news that transpired. That was a complete breakthrough for us. Is we have Broward Motorsports, who has allowed us to bring over their full inventory of motorsports listings, both new and used. And as they come on, we will have other dealers coming on. So all you small dealers out there, put your inventory on for free, man. It costs you nothing. And as we grow, as any searches come on, our vision is to have between 10 to 15,000 listings pretty regularly, consistently running through our marketplace by year's end. What that means for you as a small business is going to be, as anybody searches anything, buy a motorcycle, sell my motorcycle, whatever the case may be, you guys get to show up for free, save your money on the Google advertisements and things of that nature, because eventually we will rule the search engine world for anything for sales for the motorcycle side. And best of all, it's free. So we're going to help you guys out. Just list. Don't worry. If there's no helmets for sale, that's a good thing for you. If there's no, leather jackets for sale, that's a great thing for you. Just put it out there. It costs you nothing. Create your little profile or a store and just start selling this stuff. eBay charges you fees for things, for buys and sells and listings and stuff like that. We don't. So yes, we aren't eBay yet. And yes, we're not Facebook Marketplace yet, but we will be shortly. And we'll discuss that a little bit more in the show, kind of where this company is going and what we're up to. We'll get into that a little bit later on in the show, but we just want to kind of give you guys a brief update.
Yep. And now we can hop into a quick recap on the last 24 episodes. It's crazy. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago that we did our 50th
it's amazing,
anniversary show.
It's amazing.
We've had some killer guests. Bringing up Randy to begin with, he was so cold cutter, the traction products. Yeah, Randy Mason was awesome. He's like an old school vibe kind of guy. Crushing it.
Just took a chance. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Took a chance. Bought a couple of small businesses that were kind of quiet and relatively unheard of, blew them up with cold cutter traction products. I mean, this is what, this whole thing is about. It's about people taking chances, people who love this industry, staying in this industry, trying to make a living out of this industry. So that was a great show for sure. If you guys haven't caught it, it's check it out, download it. How about Carrie Cameron, the Wall of Death, man, from the UK? How cool was she?
Yeah. Pretty woman and pretty crazy woman. She is insane, man. Having like telling the stories about how to see, her first few rides and kind of getting used to the wall and figuring out
on
how
the
to
handlebars of
gradually
the
get up on
bike.
it. Yeah, that's insane.
Never
That was a
being
good
on a
one.
motorcycle prior, then going into a small footage with three
Yeah.
motorcycles going
0
at
to
30 miles
100.
an hour in a circle. You know which
Absolutely
one was cool too?
ludicrous.
Was Bill Benson with Road Dogs.
Road Dogs, that
Completely
was
starting
really
a new
cool.
chapter. That was kind of wild, no?
Yeah, that was cool. Just his whole purpose, what he's doing is really cool. He's going to be helping a lot of people. I thought
Yeah.
that was a good one. And then,
For
of
sure.
course, the legend, Paul Yaffe.
That was awesome, man. That was awesome. I followed Paul for a super long time, and for him to be able to give up his time and come on our show, we did a 2-part series with him, and just to hear his story, man. I mean, just like, true humble beginnings, kid that got in a shitload of trouble when he was young, turned his life around, followed his
Yep.
passion, and just look at, Paul Yaffe original. You're talking about one of the greatest part manufacturers in our industry. I mean, that was incredible. And what's a great one too was Jace Hudson, man. Jace is a super cool guy. He has got the Fast Life Garage podcast, does a lot of traveling. That was a good one.
Yep.
I love Jace.
Yeah, he's a down to earth guy. That was a really good, casual, fun, organic conversation. I really enjoyed him.
Super knowledgeable too, man.
Yep. And we got young buck Luke Robinson, the designer. That was fun. He's
I
we
love
geeked out a
Luke.
little bit. Yeah, that he's a good kid and driven. He's going to be a industry shaker in the future, I think.
If you guys haven't heard that one, it's a great one. He designs motorcycles, so you got to see some of his work on his Instagram page.
It's
Just
so cool.
absolutely insane, and just such a good, humble kid, so young. I mean, his future is insane. So, dude, how about Greg Arnold from Mika Motorcycle Auction?
That was crazy.
Oh my god,
That was crazy to get the
God.
behind the scenes. There's so many things that are not televised or exposed, I guess. So that one felt cool because it
So
seemed like we
killer.
were getting kind of insider information and the
And it was
stories
so
about
sweet,
how it
right.
started and how
Yeah, I
he
mean,
landed that job is just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Ridiculous,
Yeah, that was a cool one.
ridiculous. I mean, talk about like something amazing happening to you when you love something, and then all of a sudden you get to be in charge of this thing, man. And I mean, Mecum, good God, everybody
Yeah,
knows
insane.
Mecum Auction. So, yeah, that was a good one, dude. Rod Woodruff, Woody from Sturgis
Woody.
Buffalo Champ. That was
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah, very similar to Greg Arnold. Just the background, the stories of how it came together and how it happened are mind blowing. But
Dude, from
hearing
yeah,
Woody's
yeah.
crazy.
from a keg party to the largest party in the world, bro. Can you
Right.
imagine that? From a keg party, just started back there, the kid just
Yeah.
screwing around, having some fun on motorcycles, and now to the world-renowned keg party.
Yeah.
With
And
like
he
the
was
best
wasn't he
bands
an
in the world.
attorney?
Yeah,
He was a lawman, which you'd never expect. Those older stories he was telling, you never would have guessed that he was an attorney. But just at it's going from a field party essentially to hey, I'm kind of good at throwing these parties, and all of a sudden it turns into friggin' Sturgis. That was
man,
out of control.
Insane. Yep.
Yeah. One of my favorite guests after Woody was Mako, Chris McIntyre. He was awesome. He did. I don't know how much. He doesn't drink that much coffee. He just seems like he had a full cup of espresso. He has serious vigor, man. He was a great dude, super entertaining, and he was
Man.
saying how scatterbrained he was. So we edited a good bit of that episode out because he was bouncing all around the place and had to get up to go do something and run around, do this, do that, and it was just. But some of the best stories came from that. And I think that
Yeah.
he's so good at what he does because he has that ability to kind of bounce and refocus, and like he was so fun.
His
Really cool,
enthusiasm, and his passion. I mean, the vision was insane. I mean, Eagle Riders, you're talking about the world's largest motorcycle rental and travel agency company in the world. So that's a vision. But his passion for the motorcycle industry, dude, he still
Unmatched.
puts on mega miles every single year traveling on the motorcycle. I mean, it's just in his blood. He can't get out of it. That was such a great one. I love Chris McIntyre, man. He was a great one.
Yeah.
You know who I love too is Jake. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So Mako, we'll talk more about him in a little bit, but outside of the episode, he was checking in on us, offering how he could help figure things out, this and that. And the other thing, he's a really, really selfless, genuinely good guy. I really enjoyed him.
Yeah.
So you going into?
Yeah, I was going into Jason Gerald from Phoenix Handlebars and the motorcycle industry jobs. Jason is just one of those super great guys who just stood with his passion of motorcycles, created his own brand for dirt bike racing. Handlebars specializes. I mean, they're top of the line brand. I mean, nothing like it in my opinion out there. But in addition to, he also is basically running the motorcycle industry jobs part of the company and helping others, not only the businesses in our industry, but also the men and women who are looking to get into the industry. So check them out on motorcycleindustryjobs.com. We have their postings also on our One Gang page, so you guys can check that out. So if you're looking to get into any work, I mean, he's posting jobs left and right. So it's really cool to see. And he's just a true stand-up guy. Love that guy.
Yeah, he's super humble. I really enjoyed his company. He was a good dude. Going to the next guest who you actually got to hang out with in Daytona, we had Fish, James Alcorn. He's got the old school, salt of the earth, down to earth, just good old industry guy. Like I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed listening to him talk. He had some really cool stories, and his business, how he built it and everything is wild too. But Alleyway Customs is insane. If you guys haven't seen those, check them out. Very unique. But he also keeps that kind of raw vintage feel in his builds that is just so clean and appealing. I love his builds, man. He was a good one.
Yeah. That was a 2-part series. Fish was, in my opinion, he's probably one of the top 10 custom motorcycle builders in the world. I mean, this guy is super talented, and that what I loved about his story is he didn't come out swinging hammers saying, "Oh yeah, I was this, I was that." He paid for his education by hiring a guy to come every Saturday to work with him. He paid him to do that so he can learn. Paid to go to paint school. I mean, you should see this guy's work. He's absolute, and on top of that, man, he's just a true stand-up guy. I got a chance to hang out with him a little bit in Daytona this year and at the Dave Perowitz paint show. And man, just super humble, super good guy. And wish him nothing but the best. And then we will go into Jason Holman, who's part of the Hamsters USA, also has the Garage Built podcast and Cycle Stop USA. He's a Florida kid too. From a couple of hours up the road from us. That was a great podcast. He is an entrepreneur of entrepreneurs, super bright, knows this industry inside and out, top guy. I mean, it's a great podcast, great listen of the ups and downs that he went through, but continued to chase what he was chasing after, and built a beautiful business for himself.
Yeah, the stories about Cycle Stop and how that started, how it originated and what he came from, and that whole the entrepreneurial and business dynamic of that entire story and that rise to where he is now is insane. Hearing the franchisee aspect prior and all the things that he had been through, that was a really, if you're into the business side of things or the entrepreneurial side of things, definitely give that one a listen. That was really entertaining. And then we had Carl Ardo. He doesn't look like it, but he was probably our oldest guest that we've had, I think, right?
Carl is an unbelievable story. I mean, he started as a sculptor, worked with some of the best sculptors in the world, Yeah,
Yep.
true artist. So into Tai Chi and mind maintenance. And I mean, he is the most calm. I mean, the guy's what, in his 70s, and he looks amazing. He's in incredible shape. And he's still a custom motorcycle builder, building some of the most beautiful Triumphs, old school Triumphs in the world. He will be the oldest entry at the Born Free California show. With all the young bucks out there, Carl is building his bike, and he's posting some cool stuff on the One Gang platform on the social media side of it. He's got a great Instagram page, and one of the most humble and kindest human beings I've ever met. A great podcast, great listen, guys. Just a true artist.
Yeah, and I looked it up because I was curious. He was 76 or is 76, but he's got the zero balancer thing going on, and he's a multifaceted man. Like, he's the type that you could just sit and listen to for hours. You know, I really enjoyed him. Jason Uribe, that was a really fun one. That was, I think, our shortest podcast. So if you're looking for a quick listen, give that one a try. But he's a volunteer, I believe, volunteer firefighter. He volunteer, or is he? So he was out in the California fires. So his insights into that is pretty wild. But he's another wild man. Like, you can tell he's
also a racer who started out in California. Sport bike racing, went overseas, raced in Spain, kind of taught himself, worked with the European, raced against the European teams, which is probably the best practice you can get. Still racing, doing this, as Ben mentioned, when we chatted with him, he had just come back. He was fighting fires with the California fires going on just a few months back. And then in addition to, he's got his own forensics business that he opened up to help. Forensics, my bad.
There you go.
I can't speak this morning. Forensics business. See? and he helps people, who are in accidents, to make sure that they don't get screwed by insurance companies and lawyers and stuff like that. So he's giving back in his way, which is awesome to see. Great listen, short listen, but a great listen. And then, Clint Esposito, man. I love Clint, man. He's just hilarious. Yeah, he's like, talk about, like, his stories were cool, man. Those are some great stories of him going to, like, South America and racing out there and going on behind the scenes. And I mean, just a super cool dude, fun listen. He's just got a great personality. I mean, I think he's on like 2 or 3 other podcasts that he does or he's a part of. With the motocross world. So if you guys, just check out the podcast, you'll enjoy the listen. Definitely, definitely a good guy to listen to. Good stories, just fun.
You got to hear the scam story with the promoter. It's, if you go back to that episode, you can look in the timestamps, but you can see where they got in a very hairy situation that he didn't feel good about right out of the gate, but went along with it. That story is one of my favorites of any of the episodes that we've done. That was a crazy story. Then we got Cody Browers. He is an awesome guy. Probably, I don't know if I could say nicer off camera than he was on, but he's just a genuinely nice, good, humble, appreciative guy. He was very, I really enjoyed him. He was a good one. And his Trader Cody's Choppers. Now I'm spitting over my words. That was cool too, to see what he's doing. He's got some really cool builds going on with his business. Yeah.
Cody's a super talented young guy, man. I mean, he's creating parts right now that he's going to be lining up with, I'm not sure if it's Built Well or it's,
that sounds right.
He's going to be working. I can't remember who he said he was working with, but they just took on his parts and they're going to put them into their production catalogs, which is cool. And Cody also just won best build in one of the shows. He just won, I think, $2,500 or something like that. It was on Instagram, but he just cleaned up a pretty solid motorcycle custom build show with his build. So, but on top of that, what I loved about that podcast, and he's such a real kid, I mean, he chases his passion, but he does work a full-time job, and we've talked a lot about this stuff within other podcasts where, there is chasing passion, but then there's also reality of paying bills, taking care of a family. And a lot of these guys, like, remember, Newman, and from CT Newman. And then like these guys have jobs, but they also create. So they're working around the clock to do this stuff. And I loved Cody. Cody is just one of the most humble young guys I've met in a long time. You know what was kind of fun? What we changed around. We've never had anybody kind of at a super senior level yet of running a national and international motorsports gear company with Apollo. Botella. That was a fun one, man.
That was a
cool,
fun
man.
one. Yeah. His comments about the kids sports, that was entertaining. His approach to business and his mindset, I think, were the biggest takeaways that I got from that one. Well, there's plenty of other takeaways you could get from it, but talking about, an executive position, how he climbed to that and what he does to continue to succeed with his current position is really interesting. And I think pretty much anybody could get, good information out of that, but especially if you're in business and if you love motorcycles, that was a no-brainer. I really enjoyed him.
Yeah,
and
I
he's
love
super
that too.
friendly, down-to-earth guy.
Yeah. Down to earth guy, and just great to see the trajectory of his career. Starting out with, obviously he had the athletic side of his life, but starting out with a company from his hometown that specialized in helmets and working his way and truly falling in love with this industry, and now running one of the biggest, motorcycle gear companies in the world, and heading the U.S. the whole U.S., from a guy from a different country, stuff like that. So that was cool to see. I love to see stuff like that because it gives you a different perspective of how, we've had a lot of builders, we've had a lot of business owners. This was kind of a high-end executive level position. So it was cool to hear how he climbed his way to that.
That was cool. And the bouncing back and forth from America to Italy and what that looked like for him was pretty wild. What about Eaton? Eaton Boot Bull was a really cool one. American Racing Moto 2 and the American Racing Academy. He had a lot going on, but I think that how he got into it was really kind of crazy as well. But the stories about the people, him raising suspicion by how he came into it and having to battle that and get the team on his side, essentially, he didn't have it easy.
Yeah, coming in from a completely different business. I mean, he left Israel, moved to the States, built a pretty solid construction empire, which shows you his really business mentality and so what a talented human being he is. And then always having that passion for MotoGP and going into the race world, buying a team, being a complete outsider where nobody knows you, nobody trusts you, taking over other people's debts and having to pay them in order
circling the drain.
Correct. And then bringing them out. But in addition to it, reinvesting into American riders, which is so effing cool, man. I love that he brought it back and he's like, you know what, we're going to recruit the best American drivers and we're going to let these guys compete, guys and girls compete in the industry. And in addition to compete overseas where, the European drivers are basically known as, the cream of the crop. So I love what he's doing with that. Yeah. And I love the story of Sean McVay, him being able to
that was cool.
Getting a chance to meet and us getting a chance to understand who Sean McVay is. I mean, he's 38 years old, youngest head coach to ever take a team. He was 30 years old. It's just a great story. I mean, he's a leader of leaders and to be able to hear his little background that I talked to us about, that was super cool. And I know this next one, this one hit home for you because Ben, as you guys know, Ben is the CTO of Cycles Worldwide, and he's the technical brain behind both our company, Cycles Worldwide, and the podcast. So he does all the hard stuff, the behind the scenes stuff that nobody really sees. And I know I told him before we had Mark Videll Botella on, who's the Moto 3 racing engineer, that dude, I promise you, this is going to be your podcast. I'll sit back. I can't talk this technical lingo. but you'll have a blast. And Ben was like a kid in a candy store chatting with Mark.
Yeah, talking about over 200 sensors, I think it was, on a bike, and getting the different data, the feedback, making it actionable and doing it on the fly, I think was part of the coolest aspect of what he does, is just having to make, there's certain things that they've come to expect that those are run of the mill issues. But growing your knowledge and growing your expertise to where you can handle those things quickly and as efficiently as possible was really fascinating. And then talking about the team dynamic, the pit versus the actual rider, those relationships and how they can be strained and how they can be, the hills and valleys of that was really cool. Getting some insight into the competitive side of it was really fascinating to me. Using data in a business landscape, it's still competitive, but when you're making tweaks, act with actionable insights that you get immediate feedback in that next lap on, that to me is like, what cooler way is there to use data besides maybe, rockets, which I'd still say is a pretty even playing field. That was a cool one.
Yeah. And in addition to, everybody sees the racers on the bikes, but in today's world, everything is so technical and the technology is so important. So to be able to get a behind the scenes person who is part of a major race team and does all the data, and talking about AI coming into the motorcycle racing world, that's freaking amazing too. Definitely, AI is penetrating everything, obviously, but it was great to hear of what his perception is, where the industry is going with the technology side, what the most important things are with the racing, and how, and I love what he says, is everything that you plan for that day never works out, and you and you have to change on the fly, man. I guess that's just like life is. And the last one we just published, Sam Nimi from Broward Motorsports. He's the founder, president. I don't know. We're lucky that he's in the state of Florida, and a guy that, we've got a chance to get to know a little bit. He's obviously been a huge help for us going forward with trying to grow cycles worldwide. That podcast is so freaking humbling because it stands for everything that what the One Gang Worldwide podcast is all about. It's about not necessarily having everything in the world, not having all the money, not having all the toys, not having everything, starting from the ground floor up, getting an opportunity at a young age, and then taking that opportunity and making the best of it, which we love to talk about because that's what's beautiful about the country we live in. And America is the only country. Okay, people, I'm just telling you straight out, man. It's the only country in the world. And I can tell you from, my family left the communist country for a better life here, did things the right way, got their citizenship the right way, did everything that was important because they wanted to be able to not only live a better life, but give their children a better life, and us give our children a better life, and so on and so on. And this man took that, believed in himself, worked his tail off, surrounded himself with strong people, strong-minded people, with positive influencers. And that is half the battle right there. And as long as your vision is there and your work ethic is there, you guys can accomplish anything. It's just really taking the chance, don't worry about what anybody says or what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter. Those are the people that are afraid to take risks. So if you have that risk, run with it and enjoy it, man. You know what? You're going to fail, and then you're not going to fail. So it just depends on what you feel. And as long as you have the passion and drive for it, anything can happen. So that's my take with Sam. I just love the guy, man. I truly
me too.
Love this guy.
That one was really hard to pick a highlight for. So we do the intro video that we pre-record, and I have to go through and pick, which highlight to include in that preview essentially for the episode. And that was difficult, but I wound up going with the are you able to bless your parents? Are they still around? And his answer to that was insanely powerful. He said that basically he wouldn't if he was still in that country where they started, he'd probably be dead today. And hearing that, he got, you could tell it was deeply important to him, but the fact that he's able to take care of his parents and bless his parents now was really, really cool and really powerful. And then listening to him, he talked a bit about it on the episode, but then before we recorded and then after we recorded, he was talking a little bit more about his family. His son, they go to a local park down there and rip it up. But you can tell he's a very involved dad and business owner, and I don't know how you couldn't like the guy, and his employees at Broward
Agreed.
Motorsports, like love seeing it when he comes in the door. You can just tell he wasn't tooting his own horn there, but he's got a great culture in Broward Motorsports and a great family. He's a stand-up man and somebody to aspire to, definitely.
Yeah. Well, and he believes in, I love the fact that he likes what we're doing here. And that means a lot coming from,
Definitely.
every guest we've had on the show has always said the same thing. Like, hey guys, we truly love what you off camera, of course, I said, truly love what you guys are doing and keep that up because, we need more voices in this industry in positive manners.
Keeps us going.
Yeah. And in addition to, you guys know what our whole mission behind this thing is, man, just bring everybody together, F social media, F the news. I mean, it's just division, hatred and all that stuff. The one thing about our industry is, we all share a common passion, no matter what you ride, where you ride, what color your skin is, where you came from, what your economic background is, man. If you love this industry, and you love motorcycles like we do, that's why we call it the One Gang Worldwide Podcast, because we truly are one. There's no 1% and 99%. It's 100% us. So, and kind of skipping ahead, future shows, man, you've got some amazing guests coming up. I'm talking amazing guests. We've been blessed that the word is getting out there, that people are sharing our show and helping us out. And we've contacted some major players in this industry that are up and coming. We have some great small businesses, some great influential people, dreamers, basically everything that we've been doing, some high level, some regular people that we love and try to help promote in any way we can, whether it's a small business or whether it's some cause that they're fighting for. So I know you guys will be super thrilled with the shows we have coming up. We are booked till the end of the year.
Yep. Thanks to Serge's persistence and tracking people down. You've done a great job doing that, man. He's on the horn and emailing and messaging on LinkedIn all the time. We're looking forward to the day where people are asking us to be on the show, but we've had a lot of great.
We've had a couple,
yeah, but that time is coming. So speaking of that, if you think you'd be a great guest, reach out to us. You can hit us up at cyclesworldwide.com. We'd love to hear from you guys and love to get you on the show. So getting in a little bit to what the future holds for us here. We've got some cool, exciting things in the works. And so we've been building a, board of directors. Serge, you want to go into that?
Yeah. You guys know that, a facet of our business or a facet of our company, our Cycles Worldwide, is the One Gang Worldwide Podcast, where we try to give a platform to positive minded, influential people that are doing great things through a passion of motorcycles. And then we have the Cycles Worldwide, which is a global platform to help small businesses to be able to compete in a market against the 1% companies, that have all the advertising dollars. That's why we created a free marketplace to help you all and build a platform with the mentality of let the best business win, which helps the consumer, which is you who are buying from these people, get the best possible price. And that was the vision behind the marketplace itself. In addition to, you guys know about the community page that we're trying to build. So if you guys can, sign on, make that thing a little bit more active for us, help us out. That's huge for us in regards to it. So our vision now is a full concentration on trying to build the Cycles Worldwide name and build that app that Ben and I have been talking to you guys about as far as a one-stop shop for everything motorcycles. We have brought on some amazing people as board of directors for Cycles Worldwide. Every single one of them is a rider, shares the same passion, but is extremely successful in their own entrepreneurial way. So all four of them have built global businesses, super positive and kind-minded people, and truly love this industry and want to see it succeed. And in addition to believe in what we're trying to do here. So that's out in the works right now. And in addition to, we are working on finding angel investors. We are in the process of finalizing our slide deck to help angel investors understand what we're trying to do here. So if you love this show, you love this motorcycle industry, you think Ben and I are halfway decent guys, and you want to talk in more detail off the air, man, just reach out to us from cyclesworldwide.com. We'll be able to talk and share our vision and show you guys what we're doing. And in addition to, the whole part behind this thing is truly just to build a team and to help others succeed. And that's the vision behind Cycles Worldwide. I guess Ben was going to get into you guys, fill you guys in a little bit more about, the back end of this and what he's working on. And he's been busting ass with this stuff. So Ben, fill him in a little bit.
Yeah, to keep it interesting, I won't go too nerdy, but essentially we're working on increasing our content. We're working on our blog, building out some good blog articles, making some guides for new riders. We essentially want to create a roadmap for new riders, intermediate, advanced, all the way to professional, and include things like proper maintenance, where to go, what to do to apply for your license, how to be prepared for that. Trying to bring, new people. We want to be the resource for all riders in the industry. So we want to create a wealth of information where anybody who's interested in a bike, whether they've never even been on one or if they've been, racing the circuit, they can come to our site to get actionable intel, good information, and something that will make them better and love the industry, love motorcycles even more. So we're doing that through our different features that we're working on. We're doing that through our blog. We're doing that through our One Gang homepage, the activity feed. And so the one thing that we ask, while we're building and growing our team and working on, investments and everything else, we're obviously still going to stay true to our original plan here. And so we're selective in that whole path. But if this is something that you as a listener are passionate about, we'd love to hear from you. But yeah, we're in kind of on the diving board here, about to jump into the pool. So we're excited to get anybody and everybody on board. We appreciate the support that we've already gotten. So thank you guys very much for engaging with us and being a part of this as we're on the ground floor.
For sure, man. Well said. And yeah, kind of piggyback off your question. If you guys know of somebody who is super passionate about this industry and has this vision of coming into a startup company, helping out, using their incredible skills in the the social world, the back end world, development world, whichever one it is, man, you pass their information on to us or have them reach out to us directly. We love talking to people who are passionate about this industry as we are. And in addition to, the skies are super blue. We're definitely trending upward based on all our statistics that we keep track of on a weekly basis to see traffic and subscribers and followings through social media. So we are trending in the right way. Now it's just a matter of finding somebody who believes in this, putting a little bit of money behind this. We tell you guys all the time, both Ben and I, we work like 2 or 3 other jobs as this is getting off the ground. My day starts at 6 a.m. My head don't hit the pillow till about 12:30 at night when I come back from my third job. And this is a day to day, but eventually, we believe in this just like our guests believed in everything that they did and built what they did. And probably most of you that are listening believe in the things that you do. So we know that this is going to be something special. We also are realists and understand it's going to take a little time. So that's one of the amazing things about this. So if you guys know anybody that you think would make one great guest, two great person to come on board and help and work and be a part of this, or three, somebody that's looking to invest, we can talk about that stuff off the air always. And like I said, from the beginning of the show, we truly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for just taking the time to listen to us, man. We know it's, we can ramble on here and there, but you know what, when you're passionate about something, it just comes out naturally. So that's what this is. We don't have a skip for this thing. It's just us talking about and filling you guys in on where we're going, what our game plan is, and what our vision is for this. And we're just thrilled that you guys are with us for the ride.
Yep. And then two last things to mention. We've got a Leather Up giveaway that is coming, our first giveaway. It's pretty exciting. It's not going to be chintzy or cheesy or any of that stuff. We're not going to tell you, post it on your story and get a tattoo of it or anything. It's going to be cool.
Right.
That'll start in like around a month or so. So stay tuned for that. Super easy to enter, and that'll be a good gift card. And it's a great store. If you haven't been there yet or haven't visited, check it out. Leatherup.com. They've got all kinds of just really cool gear, quality gear that it's going to withstand the test of time. Then the last thing I want to mention too is Serge mentioned earlier the 99% and the 1%. It's just funny to me that one of our most engaged posts was with Dale talking about the 99% versus the 1% and talking about like unity versus division. And we didn't even express a view or anything in that episode or in that clip that was on social, but we got these funny comments. We called
especially
clowns. I don't know
TikTok.
if they were calling. Yeah, I don't know if they're calling us clowns or Dale a clown or 1%ers clowns, or I don't know what it was, but it's funny though that like a divisive post is what gets the most engagement.
Yeah, it cracks me up too, man.
It's so frustrating because it's like that's not the game that we want to play. So
well, just like Joe Rogan said, he goes, "Don't read your comments," and he goes, "Don't ever read your comments, or you'll quit doing this." So I don't, I'm just thrilled that you guys, participate and write things. We don't care, man. Just go easy. We're just two simple guys, man, trying to make this thing happen. We're doing the best that we can. We don't have, a budget, Elon Musk's budgets and all that stuff. This is just, us grinding it out every single day, basically Monday through Sunday. Every moment we get, we put into this thing. So, don't feel bad. Write whatever you want. Just go easy on us. Like I said, but going back to one thing that I wanted to say is, if you guys Leather Up, just to give you an understanding, Milwaukee Leather and Leather Up and Hot Leathers, their leather is bought and made by the same companies that Harley Davidson uses to make their leathers. Both their leather jackets, their vests and everything. They all share the same person, okay? It's the same company that does all the work for all the major leather companies. And what happens is that you pay $300-$400 more because you have the logo, right? And I get it. The logo's cool, whatever, but it's the same exact thing. So check out hotleathers.com, milwaukeeleathercompany.com. Check these guys out. If you like what you see there, one of the great things is by us partnering with them, we're able to give you guys a good discount. So if you like anything at checkout, put CW20, you save 20% on your entire order. It's a nice savings. From time to time, we may be able to give more, but this is pretty consistent. So just remember, it's the same exact gear that you buy from Harley Davidson without it saying Harley Davidson. So save yourself $300, get yourself more fun stuff from, these guys from Leather Up, and just use C20 at checkout and save some cash. That's the important part.
Yep. And the Harley Davidson logo used to be a lot cooler.
Yeah, for sure. They sold out, man. Sellouts. I love
Yeah.
Harley. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Harley guy through and through, but I think it's prior to this CEO taking over. So
Corporate
since the
practice is
CEO took
ridiculous.
over, I don't know, man. I think in general, most Harley enthusiasts are turned off by this guy. Just the way he's doing it, the way his game plan is. I mean, you can tell just by the decline in sales alone. You just can't produce average quality motorcycles and put those astronomical prices on them. It just does not make sense. I think Harleys have, the engine, the horsepower, of course, that's a nice thing. But for what you get, all the other motorcycle manufacturers are putting out just as good of a product for less money. So, Harley was once the name brand that Americans were proud of. But I truly feel that if you ask most of the true motorcycle enthusiasts, even though they all still ride Harleys like I do, that they don't feel the same way about that company as they did before.
Yeah, easily.
Right?
Yep. Yeah,
All
I mean,
right.
that's a no-brainer.
So I guess we'll wrap this show up, guys. We wanted to give you our 75th anniversary show, as we call it. And thank you. Thank you for being on this journey with us, and, share the show, help us out, get more people, get motorcycle enthusiasts involved. We're going to have some great stories coming up, great guests coming up. If there's anything you need to see, go to our YouTube channel or Apple Podcast or Spotify, Amazon Music. We've been picked up by them all. So we've been fortunate enough that there's enough great enthusiasts that like to listen to these two knuckleheads. So we truly appreciate you.
Yep. I would argue probably more to our guests, but that's fair.
Well, they get to
and
see
last thing,
they get to see our handsome mugs.
You forgot about our
yours, not mine.
We're running an 100% discount on listing on cyclesworldwide.com.
100% discount, guys.
Yeah,
absolutely free, man.
Go
you
list.
Got that old leather jacket that doesn't fit you no more? Sell it. You
List
got that
it.
helmet you don't use? List it. You got that old carburetor that no longer needed because you're using fuel injected bikes? Sell it.
List it.
cyclesworldwide.com marketplace. All right, guys, help out, help us grow, be a part of this journey, and we are forever grateful. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. See you guys.
Peace out.